on, because I wanted to talk about one specific segment from this past week, which was the Cody Rhodes Sami Zayn segment. Absolute gold, in my opinion. Um, I wanted to know your impressions and your take on this, as well as kind of their build towards Elimination Chamber and thus WrestleMania.
Um, Honestly, I don't know who's responsible solely for like this Roman Reigns storyline, but
Mhm.
they've been handling this like say what you want to about like the rest of the show and how they book the rest of the other 5 hours of this show. Like I understand that between like NXT, Raw, and SmackDown, really say what you want. The 20 minutes that we get, 20 to 40 minutes we get per week, based off of anything related to like this bloodline storyline, has been handled with gloves. And it's been like the first time in well over a decade that a storyline like has us all like, like this. Like we're really like invested into a storyline. And I think that it's just insane how considering that we didn't get what we want with The Rock, that they managed to just pull out like a even better and more exciting and unpredictable stop with sidetracking with Cody and Sammy. You know what I mean? Um and I feel like what they did, choosing to have Cody come out since they're both baby faces and give Sammy that rub, was like the best possible thing to do just because we already love Sammy. He's another person that again
Mm.
naturally oozes charisma. It's just written all over his face and stuff like that. But we don't want to be burnt out and bored of him since, you know, we still have some time to go. We got like 2 months to go before we see this match. I like how they send Sammy off by having a rub by, basically the new John Cena of our company, that is Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
And they kind of like send him off getting this massive rub, to put more faith not only in him, but put more faith into us and kind of just like make it seem as if like they're not quite a tag team, but it's kind of like, the best man for himself because one of us got to take this monster down.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because Roman Reigns is like the biggest final boss since Brock Lesnar, or like the Undertaker, if you will. So I like the fact that they kind of like did this thing off of respect. Like, I'm not gonna help you necessarily, bro, but like I want to see you win as much as I need to see myself win. Because
Mm.
again, someone needs to slay this new beast. So I thought it was so well executed. I love this storyline. I'm very so much invested into it. And again, like I'm just amazed considering that we're not getting what we want. That it's like the first time in a while WWE's actually like giving us something where it feels like the fans all win. Like we all win regardless with the way that they're handling this. So that's just my little 2 cents. What did you think about this segment, and how do you feel like this overall booking of like this storyline with the Bloodline, Cody and Sammy?
This
It's a lot of
segment,
questions, but go ahead.
it's all right. This segment was gold. It was cinema. But it seems like everything that is coming from the bloodline and everything related to it is gold and is cinema. Like you said, this is being handled with care. This is being handled with gloves. And you can tell because there's such a careful approach to it. And I also think that part of the reason why this segment and this build is going the way that it's going is because a guy like Triple H is in charge, right? Like we can look back at um, the Daniel Bryan storyline or the Yes Movement or Kofi Mania, where there seemed to be a little resistance before the company was all in. But it's like the moment there was a little bit of a sense that now we have two people that are just as qualified to be in a main event at WrestleMania. They lean into it, and I feel like that takes a lot of you know flexibility from the powers that be. So I think my hat to go off to Triple H for being able to be flexible enough to see let's lean into this and see what comes of it. Um, I think it was definitely one of those things where I feel like either way, regardless of who wins that elimination chamber, um, I feel like it's going to benefit Cody more than anything. I feel like if Sammy loses and in a way they like jump him and absolutely destroy him, it's like now they're gonna want Cody to win because it's like, well, Sammy can't be here, so you got to do it for Sammy. In addition to doing it for Dusty. Um, if Sammy wins, now it's Sammy Cody, and now you have Sammy as a transitional champion, and Cody can take him down, and it's like I guess believable. If you have a triple threat between Cody, Sammy, and Roman, you can have Cody pin Roman, taking down the monster, but it also gives Sammy another opportunity to go for that title because he wasn't pinned. So I feel like regardless of who wins this match, Cody wins in the end. And I feel like that wouldn't be the case if WWE wasn't willing to kind of lean in to this story and really sink their teeth into what they have here. I think it's super fire. I think this is going to be Elimination Chamber on Sunday is going to be so fire. I'm very much looking forward to them being in Montreal. Oh my God, the pop that Sammy's gonna get in Montreal is going to be insane. Um, but I'm just overall just very much looking forward to what comes of this because everything about this storyline has just been fantastic. It's hasn't disappointed me yet, and I don't think that it ever will. And it's interesting. Eric Bischoff said that this Bloodline storyline was better is better than the NWO, and I wholeheartedly agree. Because of the structure, he said it. He said, there's a structure and a discipline and a care to it, and there is, and it hasn't been demonstrated across any other storyline in the history of this company. So I think the segment was gold. I think this buildup was phenomenal. Um, and all in all, I just think that this is going to be a phenomenal match and a phenomenal occurrence. Yeah, I saw them lights flicker off. The Undertaker's going to come downstairs. But um, anywho,
Oh my god.
we're gonna move on. We want to know what y'all feel. How do you guys feel about the buildup of uh, Cody Rhodes on the road to WrestleMania, Sami Zayn on the road to Elimination Chamber, which is on Saturday? But we want to know your opinions and your feedback on it. But we're gonna move on to our first